Hello, random people whom I have probably never met in my life. Today is the last day of 2023. Fun fact, my favorite number is 23, so it's sad to see it all end. So to end this year, I decided to do something I've been wanting to do since 2021. A Q&A session. Without further blabbing, let's get on with the show. Favorite type of cheese? Okay, so coincidentally this afternoon, I had this green truffle cheese thing and it was delicious. Though, the taste was a bit too strong for me, so it isn't my favorite. However, probably my favorite cheese was this one cheese I had several months ago that was hot dog ham flavored. It was addictive to say the least. For now, I'll go with that answer because I can't think of any other cheese that was more delicious. Plus, I'm not a cheese expert or a food expert in general, so I'm not good with these types of questions. My favorite meal is a filet-o-fish from McDonald's, and I had Kobe beef all the way back in 2018, so that's how you know you can't trust my opinions on food. What are your prefer, coffee or tea? Okay, that's a pretty tough question because I'm not huge fans of either. Caffeine makes me sleepier for some reason. I mean, normal coffee is a bit bitter for my taste, but I do really like a good cup of cappuccino. I do prefer cappuccino to tea. Unless you count milk tea as tea. Damn, I love milk tea. I drink milk tea whenever I see milk tea. So my answer would be tea because milk tea solo's a good cup of cappuccino. I remember that one time my accounting teacher had milk tea, and then I leapt towards milk tea as if I was a FNAF 2 jump scare.
You like jazz?
Yeah, jazz is really soothing. You know those fancy restaurants where they play jazz music in the background? That's the stuff, man, makes me feel real fancy. Also sometimes to make myself go to sleep, I'll listen to a bit of jazz. So yes, I do like jazz. Thanks for asking, Benson the Bee. Your favorite anime? There's a difference between my favorite and the best. For my favorite, the media could be flawed, but it's a lot of fun watching it. For the best, the media is something that's objectively better, but isn't as fun to watch. So my favorite anime has to be Love Live's School Idol project. Love Live subverted my expectations by not just being about cute girls dancing, but having actual emotional moments that work, an actual story that's investing, and the best cast of characters I've ever seen. It's also nostalgic to say the least. However, there are some problems like how the CGI is pretty outdated, and how this anime is the literal cause of some of the shittiest animes to ever exist, but that's another video for another time. However, the best anime I've seen as of now would be Higurashi When They Cry, the old version that ran from 2006 to 2007. Now, I haven't really finished this anime yet, but it's amazingly well constructed. The story is investing, the characters are fun, and it also has one of the best theme songs of all time. What's your age? Classified. Above 14, below 23, that's all I can say. Do you have an OC that you have made or drew? The character you're looking at is the closest thing I have to an OC. I'm not really that good at drawing. Favorite indie animation? I don't actively watch indie animations, to be honest. I used to watch Helluva Boss and Has-Been Hotel a lot, but the series hasn't really been that interesting recently, so I kinda stopped watching. The Amazing Digital Circus is really good, the characters are charming, the animation has a 2000s gaming graphic vibe which fits the theme of the show really well, and the voice acting is really well done, especially Alex Roshan as Kane. Not to mention, the ending song makes me ascend. But other than that, the story feels like it doesn't really have any way to progress after the pilot. Don't get me wrong, the Amazing Digital Circus is really entertaining, I just have no idea what direction the series will go. Other indie animations I watched were Murder Drones and La Cadeze, but I didn't finish them because the episodes weren't all that interesting to me. I guess maybe Spooky Month or the Maki show from Senior Pello, if those count. I also don't want to pick my own shows I made because that would make me look like a narcissist, so my answer would probably be Spooky Month and Maki show. If you got the opportunity to collab with any big YouTuber, who would it be? I'ma be real, it'll probably be Mr. Beast. Not only am I a fan of Mr. Beast's content, I'd also probably get some of that money from my man. But yeah, Jimmy is a really good man, and it'd be cool to witness him giving money to people in person. Favorite movie and voice actor? Oh, and maybe an actor who plays something. I'll go to the favorite movie part later since someone else asked the same question, so I'll talk about the favorite actor thing first. My favorite actor would have to be Bob Hoskins as Eddie Valiant from Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Not only did my man have to imagine the tunes being there, his acting in general was just phenomenal. Every time he shouted in the movie, it felt personal. The exposition scene where he cries, "Damn, I felt that." There wasn't a scene in this movie where Bob Hoskins broke character. He was consistently spectacular in his acting. There's a lot more reasons to why I like his acting as Eddie Valiant, but those are the main reasons. Some honorable mentions would be Heath Ledger and Joaquin Phoenix's Joker. Heath Ledger really made the Joker super threatening and chaotic. Joaquin Phoenix really portrayed pain and mental problems super well. As for voice actor, I'm not really so sure, maybe an anime character. Why the f are you in my backyard? IDK, probably building a rocket, or fighting a mummy, or climbing up the Eiffel Tower, discovering something that doesn't exist, or giving a monkey a shower. Here's the last comment, which has several questions. I'll answer the question about what's my favorite game first. The best game I've played is Undertale. The gameplay, story, comedy, emotional moments, music are honestly really well done, especially for a game that was created by a small team. However, my favorite game is Blue Archive. If you want to know my thoughts on Blue Archive, you could watch my hour-long review on the game. Yeah, Undertale is the better game, but I have more fun playing Blue Archive. Anyway, honorable mentions go to the Tao project, which has a spectacular gameplay, and Deltarune, which is really fun in general. And also maybe Minecraft. It's a really nostalgic game since I played it when I was really young. Next question I'll answer is what's my favorite character? If you can't tell by the profile picture of the channel, it's Nozomi Tojo. I really like Nozomi Tojo because not only is she mature, but yet funny and playful, but she has a lot of layers to her character. Her backstory is pretty tragic because it isn't actually fully revealed at all in the entire series. It's kinda supposed to be for the audience to fill in the blanks of what she went through. Like, why did her parents leave her? Why did she open up to Ellie of all people? Why is she a shrine maiden? And why does she sexually harass people? None of these are actually answered in the anime, which leaves it to our interpretations of what she went through. But honestly, I too can't understand why I love this idol girl so much. I'm just intrigued every time she speaks. And if you're wondering, no, she's not my waifu, that's probably a Blue Archive character or something. I see Nozomi as something else. But the best anime character would have to be Asahi Kobe. If you want to hear why I feel he's the best anime character, you can go watch my Happy Sugar Life review where I dissect his character. Next question is what's the best song? That's an extremely difficult question because I like a lot of music. I'm literally part of a choir, that's how you know I'm a music guy. I guess I do like some of the songs I use in my edits. For example, So Tired, Memory Reboot, Sleepwalker, Broken Trust, Lost Soul, and especially After Dark. I remembered the first time I heard After Dark, and it was one of the best experiences. I also like a lot of anime songs. I like J-pop in general. I also really like movie soundtracks, those can be really beautiful sometimes. And video game music is no different, like Megalovania from Undertale, Deja Vu from Doki Doki Literature Club, Big Shot from Deltarune, and Memories of Kindness from Blue Archive. I guess my answer is probably Pumped Up Kicks by Foster the People. I like the instrumentals and I really like the meaning of the song. The song is also really nostalgic for me since it kept on playing in my local shopping mall when I was a kid, so every time I hear that song, I always remember that shopping mall. Next question, favorite hero? It's gotta be Spider-Man. Just know I own a Spider-Man suit along with a working web shooter. Next question, favorite villain? Death from Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Death is such an amazing character because he's the physical embodiment of what Puss is running away from. He's the reason why Puss sets out to go look for the wishing star. He's the reason why Puss has a panic attack. Not only is Death a personification of the protagonist's inner struggles, he's also an internal struggle to all of us. Most of us, including me, fear death. So Death isn't just a villain to Puss, he's a villain to all of us, and that's why I love him so much. Not only that, but the plot twist that he was deaf genuinely caught me off guard, and it's one of my favorite plot twists of all time. He's also very threatening in general. Every scene with this character is the best scene in the whole movie. No villain has ever made me this terrified. And the last question would be, what's my favorite movie? The best movie I've watched is Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Everything about this movie is near perfect. The writing, the story, the animation, the jazzy soundtrack, the entertaining characters. Everything that happens in this movie goes full circle and comes back at the end. The animation and effects are way ahead of its time. Not to mention that it's a huge crossover that doesn't feel like corporate dumpster fire. Honestly, it's hard to say anything bad about Who Framed Roger Rabbit. It's a near-perfect movie that keeps me entertained every time I rewatch it. And my favorite movie is Love Live, the School Idol Project movie. Yeah, I know, a bit anticlimactic. But seriously, the Love Live movie is such a satisfying conclusion to Muse's character arc. And, I don't want to spoil anyone, but the ending of the movie was phenomenal, and I constantly think about what it actually means for the group. Other than having one of my favorite movie endings, it also has hilarious jokes, a good setting, a good premise, good emotional moments, and just a fun time overall. I recently rewatched the movie and the movie's message kinda resonated with me more now. So, I've been a fan of Love Live way before my channel got popular, so Love Live was my biggest inspiration when it came to making content. Honoka Kausaka starts off as a nobody and then grows to become a huge star after she becomes determined to win the Love Live competition. Seeing the group's determination led me to be determined too, so I never gave up in trying to make great things. Even when a video I got was gonna be popular didn't get popular, I wouldn't let that stop me. Muse throughout the entirety of the series failed multiple times, but they all still never gave up. Whenever I feel like giving up, I remember Muse. I remember these 9 girls who have been through rough times together, but still persevere, because they believe that they can reach their goal. And look where I am now. I feel like being a successful YouTuber isn't a matter of physical skills, intelligence, or luck, it's a matter of whether you're determined. That's probably the best advice I can give you: do what you believe, and have the determination to do it. Whoever is watching this, whatever you're going through, whether it be wanting to be a YouTuber, wanting to do well for exams, having a mental or physical crisis, just remember that your willpower is strong. Before I got popular, many people told me that I should quit making videos. However, don't let some idiots tell you what to do. I didn't get this far by following negative comments, I got far by thinking how to improve on those negative comments. I'm not as skilled or as intelligent as some of you may think, I'm just an average guy. Actually, most successful YouTubers all start off as average human beings. But, as long as you believe you can do it and try to do it, anything is possible. Just know that if you ever want to be a popular YouTuber, I'll definitely support you. I mean, I've been through the exact same thing. I know how it feels like to put in all your efforts into something only for it to go down to waste. In summary, I'm super grateful for all of your support. I can't thank y'all enough. I know I've said this multiple times, but never in my life have I ever expected my channel to grow this big, this fast. From less than 200 to more than 14,000 in less than a year. I remember telling my friend at the start of the year that I wanted to hit 500 subscribers by the end of the year. Then I got 500 subscribers on March instead. So afterwards, I aimed for 1,000 by the end of the year. I achieved that goal before April. Afterwards, I planned on getting 10,000 before the end of the year. However, I got 10,000 subscribers at the start of July. Then recently, I got to myself that I wanted 14,000 by the end of the year, since 14 is one of my favorite numbers. However, I instead now have 14.1 subscribers. To put it simply, thank you everyone for this amazing year. 2023 will become one of my favorite years, and it's partially because of y'all. Well, see you in 2024.